now joining me, we have Phil from the High Country Home Builders Association and Alex from Habitat for Humanity. And they are going to talk with us a little bit today about a partnership between these two organizations. Thank you guys so much for being with us today.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. So talk with me a little bit about how the High Country Home Builders Association and Habitat for Humanity are working together.
Well, Alex had called us recently, and we've the home builders, the High Country Home Builders, has been involved with the local Habitat Association before, but he called us about this opportunity to build a house in a quick way and make it exciting, and it's called a Builder's Blitz. So we're excited about you know, the speed of the project, and I don't know, add to that.
Yeah, it's a partnership between the local builders and Habitat. And so I called the builders to see if they want to be involved with the 2014 Builders Blitz. And Phil's been working real hard to line up a bunch of people to help us do it. And so the next house that we build, we're going to do it in 1 month. And the home builders are going to do the whole thing and knock it out. And so we're working with the town or the county, whose inspectors are going to help us out a little bit in terms of, you know, when we call them, they'll get out there as fast as they can, which they always do. And but so we're going to build this house for Colleen Critcher in 1 month and her 3 kids. And we're having a lot of partnerships forming with the local, and Phil can speak a little bit better to this, but with local suppliers, a lot of different people that are going to help out in a lot of different ways. So it's a good program. It allows us to build houses cheaper and quicker and get more people in homes that need them.
Now, building a house in 1 month, that sounds like quite a feat. How is that going to work?
We hope it's going to work really well, but it's going to be a challenge. Everyone, you know, we're trying to lay out the schedule really tight and accurately and get everything in order before we get going. Everyone that's involved so far seems to think that they can get their part done in the certain time that they've been allotted, and we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it goes pretty well.
Knowing that other people do it because the real model for a blitz build is a 1 week build.
Wow.
And with that model, since 2006, there have been just over 1,000 houses, 1,067 built in that blitz build week. It's a national week that Habitat does. And so we're going to do 300 this year. Watauga Habitat will do 1. And then hopefully we'll take that, and then we'll look forward to Habitat Blitz Build 2016 and, you know, go from there.
Wow. Now talk about some of the things involved in building a house in 1 month here in the High Country with the weather. And you were mentioning before the show, because we're not on flat land, sometimes building a home becomes a little bit complicated.
Yeah, as Alex mentioned, you know, in the flatlands, they're going to be able to build a house a lot quicker than we are. You know, I always say they can walk around, they can stand on a 5-gallon bucket and nail the first row of shingles on. We can't do that, you know, so we're allowing ourselves quite a bit more time. We're going to have, you know, probably our weather's more challenging up here, obviously, wind and rain, especially in the spring. Hopefully we can make everything flow and we don't get a real heavy, wet spring this time.
Right.
I'm sure everybody would appreciate that if it wasn't as bad as last year.
Yes, I know I would.
So, you know, there's going to be a lot of challenges that we're going to face that I think the typical Habitat wouldn't face in bigger cities and other areas.
Right.
So, even the remote location, you know, is a little bit of a difference, you know, just being, 8 miles out of town, you know, things like just a lot of little things are going to add up to make it a little more challenging, but we're ready for it, and I'm excited about it, to be honest. I'm excited to see if we can pull it off. I think we can.
Yeah. I would imagine between the High Country Home Builders and Habitat for Humanity, a lot of good builders working on this project, people who know what they're doing.
There is, yeah. Go ahead, Alan.
I was going to say Phil's just been real good. He's been real excited about it, and when we first brought it up, we were wondering about, you know, just like it takes total buy-in by all the partners, and the Home Builders Association and the builders involved have just been great, and Phil's been real good just about kind of taking everything by the reins and getting out there and talking to people and start getting different things donated. Right now, we think that we're probably just from the donated materials from, and you may speak to who's doing it, but right now we think that we're probably at a $20,000 to $25,000 savings on our next house.
Wow.
And that'll be directly, passed on to our homeowners who, need a little help to get by with affordable housing. So.
Fantastic. So what can you tell us about the design of this house? What's it going to look like?
The house that we've been building, extremely energy efficient houses. The last house that we built, we were talking to the homeowners a couple weeks ago, and when we had the real bad December, when it was so cold, I think most of us probably remember, but their entire electric bill with the heat pump, which is heating, cooling, electricity, washing clothes, was $140 in a 1,300 square foot house.
That's fantastic.
It is, and so so we do that with, I won't get into too technical, but with ICF construction, just really energy efficient framing techniques. This house will have a shed roof. We'd use local hemlock as part of our accent siding that just makes it look good. It's local. It doesn't have to travel too far, so that's a sustainability aspect of it. But they're really good, energy efficient, solid houses that we think look pretty good. Tin roofs just to look a little bit more local. And so far our homeowners seem to really enjoy living in them, and they've been really cheap in terms of energy efficiency and paying their energy bills, and that's key when you're talking about affordable housing.
And this family must be very excited about the fact that they're going to get this house and so quickly.
She is, yeah. We probably wouldn't have finished it with our normal schedule until late in the summer, assuming that everything could get done. But so yeah, she's going to get in a lot faster, and she's going to be really happy about it.
Definitely. So has construction already begun?
We've got the first course of ICFs done up to the top of the first floor, and then we've kind of halted at that point. We want to keep our volunteers busy, so if you're interested in volunteering, don't hesitate to give us a call. We've got some other projects as well, but we're going to try to leave as much for the home builders to take and just run with it as possible. And hopefully it'll be from where it is right now as we get more projects to work on.
Wonderful.
Yeah, the actual blitz is from like May 16th, I think, to June 16th or 17th is the dedication. 17th?
The 16th of June is our home dedication, so we'll dedicate the house to her and be finished by then. So we'll hand her the keys that day.
So exciting. Now, how many people are working on this project?
There are a lot. This is going to take a lot of people. As a matter of fact, if you don't mind, I could
Sure.
Mention a few of the folks that are already signed up. As Alex mentioned, New River Building Supply and Mountain Lumber are going to be donating a vast majority of the materials at their cost, and some of it they'll be actually donating. Ferguson Plumbing Supply. Some of the subcontractors, the plumbing is going to be done by Thunderhill Plumbing. Boone Hegan Air will be doing the HVAC. The roofing is going to be Randy Blake Carpentry. And it goes on and on. There's painters, Josh Schwartz, Freddie Klontz at FRC Painting. High Country Cabinets is involved, Boone Renall. And, we're actually also looking for sponsors for feeding the workers, the volunteers that are going to be on site. There'll be 10 to 15 people on site at any given day during that month period. And we're looking for local businesses to either provide catering or provide just a meal to bring out for the workers during lunch hour. We're trying to make it exciting. We're going to have a big tent set up or a kitchen out there and, for people to take breaks and whatnot. And I couldn't tell you the exact number of people that will be on it, but it's going to be quite a few.
Yes, it sounds like it. It sounds like a lot of people and businesses coming together for a common good.
It is,
which is neat.
It is.
Now, you mentioned volunteer opportunities. How does someone volunteer, and do they need any building experience prior to this?
They don't. They just, if you want to volunteer for Habitat, you can jump on our website. There's information there at wataugahabitat.org, or you can call the office 268-9545. That's 828 area code. And Jennifer's our volunteer coordinator there, Jennifer Ramey, and she can help sign you up and let you know what our opportunities are. And yeah, we need the help. We'd love to have people come out and give us some support and see what we're doing. We've got a dedication coming up this Sunday for the 24th house that we're building. And that's for Kenny and Melissa Finger and their 2 children, and that's at 2:30 at Green Valley School. And then this will be the 25th, the one for Colleen Critcher. So.
Now talk with us a little bit about a dedication ceremony. It must be a very sweet time for the family and very rewarding to see all of the work that you guys have put in.
It really is. I mean, it's kind of when everything comes to fruition in the sense that we get to all come together. A lot of the volunteers that worked on it, the board members, past board members, the family's friends, and really just, you know, they're usually small ceremonies, you know, pretty quaint. But everybody, you know, it can be very moving, very touching, but it's just that you can see that sense of possibilities and permanence that these families get from that idea of home ownership and you know, achieving that American dream of being homeowners. So it's good for everybody to just come together to celebrate that we're finishing that project. We usually have the next homeowners there. They get excited about it, and they're great. It's really, I think that's when we all kind of realize what we're doing is really worthwhile.
And how neat that this Builders Blitz house is going to be your 25th house. That's very exciting. Great milestone.
So these guys will all be at the next dedication with us.
Yeah.
We'll make it a big time. We'll invite you guys to come out.
Of course, we want to be there too.
We'd love to have you come out there.
Now, do you think the Builders Blitz is something that you will start doing every year or something that you'll do again in the future?
It's an annual, it's a biannual thing that Habitat International does, and so the first one was in 2006, and they did 475 roughly homes, and this year they're trying to do over 300. So 2016 would be the next cycle, and that'd be up to these guys. We'd love to partner with them. Avery County's also a part of that association, so I'm sure that they'll probably be interested in talking to them about future possibilities, but we're excited to be partnering with them this year to do it.
Yeah, the High Country Home Builders is excited to have the opportunity to show the public what we do. We do a lot of things like this behind the scenes, I guess, and so to speak, and we're excited to bring this out and let the public see what we are doing and what most of the people that are members of the association are there for,
Right.
So.
Absolutely. Now, what has been both of your favorite parts about this project and this partnership and this Builders Blitz?
My favorite part is just the challenge of building the house in a 30-day period. I'm pretty excited about that.
I think that's just seeing his commitment to it, and then not only him, but just all the other home builders involved that have. I mean, nobody's really blinked an eye that we've talked about in terms of being supportive, and I know that he and David Moore, another builder that's helping out with us, they jumped on the phone and just started going through their call list to get all these contacts to see who would be willing to help out, and just cold calling people, and that takes some commitment to start doing that, and so yeah, it's just so far the process has been easy. We've got our family in place, we've got the land, we've got the money to do it, although we could certainly use some more help in that arena. But it just, with the extra time that Habitat International's let us have to do it, we feel like this isn't going to be too much of an issue, we don't think, and it's just really exciting to really try to do it that fast and see what happens.
Sounds like it. Now, if people do want to donate towards this project, how do they do that?
You can, again, on our website at WautaugaHabitat.org, we've got a PayPal button on there or some different options, but that's one way, or just call the office. That's 2 easy ways to do it. So, and you can do it where it just goes directly to this one project, and if that's what you want to do, or however you want to say that your money wants to be used, or you want your money to be used.
So will people be working around the clock on this project?
We hope not, because that means we're behind schedule. It just depends on how it goes. There's some things where we'll have to put in some longer hours than we normally would.
Right.
On the 5-day blitz build, when you've got paint drying while you're, putting up trim on top of the wet paint, I mean, that's a different thing. We hopefully won't be doing that. But.
Yeah, right now the schedule's pretty much 7:30 in the morning till 5, and you leave all that extra. The other stuff, you don't schedule it, but some people will probably need, because everybody's going to be assigned tasks and trying to get things done in a certain amount of time. So there probably will be a little bit extra, I'm sure.
we're leaving our Sundays open as a day of rest, but if somebody rested too much during the week, then we can then we can kind of get into that Sunday to get a little bit extra taken care of.
Right.
Well, it sounds like such an exciting project. Thank you guys so much for coming in to talk with us today.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And we will be back right after these messages with more of the Mountain Television Network.